Hey everybody, and welcome back to Interrogation, You Will Be Deceived. And let's just jump into it. Get right back in here, continue game. Hopefully it doesn't take long to load. It does not take long to load at all. Look at that. So, I was a little unhappy with some of the sound setup in some previous recordings that I did. So I've changed some things. Do feel free to let me know how it sounds. If you have any problems, if you have suggestions, or if you think it sounds good even, let me know that, because that would be great too. So thanks for participating in the community and giving me a heads up where I need it. But let's go ahead and jump right in and see what's going on here. So the Liberation Front is plotting online using password protected forums and chat rooms. Their members hiding behind anonymous handles. Following Peterson's tip, we tracked down the main chat room they use, a server dedicated to pet care. Huh, that's an interesting way to hide yourself. We've recently seen traffic spikes to one of the special access private rooms, and we suspect something major is happening. We've managed to find a username that has the special permissions required to access most of the private channels in this chat room, Hornbunny49. And we know that Hornbunny49 was the handler of Mr. Peterson. Now we need the password. Using IP tracking, we've managed to narrow down the user ID to 3 possible individuals. None of them admit to being Hornbunny49, and as such, they are now held for further questioning. The Liberation Front caught wind of our inquiries, initiating a mass reset of passwords and access permissions. We only have minutes to find the password that gives us access to their conversations. So this must be one of those timed missions they were telling us about. All right, first suspect here, Diana O'Donnell. Diana O'Donnell has one of the IPs that might have belonged to a Liberation Front member using the Hornbunny49 handle. On the pet care chat room, Diana is what is called an alternative model, doing modeling work as well as the occasional acting job under the stage name Sabina Jones. She dropped out of medical school and was a nightclub entertainer in the past. Several of her known associates have been suspected of or charged with narcotics-related offenses. She hosts a blog that regularly critiques modern lifestyle trends. Alright, she has a cartoon rabbit on her back, not a tramp stamp on the lower back. Okay. So she has something bunny related. Michael Lemon has one of the IPs that might have belonged to the Liberation Front member using the Hornbunny49 handle on the pet care chat room. Michael works as a pet stylist for a boarding kennel and a salon that he co-owns. A humanities graduate, he's an aficionado of the city's underground theater scene and a card-carrying member of the the Democracy Party. So tuned into U.S. politics that I just automatically read that as Democratic Party. And we have Fred Enos. We'll go with Enos. Fred Enos has one of the IPs that might have belonged to the Liberation Front member using the Hornbunny49 handle on the pet care chat room. Fred works as a risk analyst for a major bank. Thrice divorced, he practices airsoft and plays field tennis. He has repeatedly threatened to sue us while we were holding him for questioning. Okay. So Fred, Michael, and Diana. Well, I guess we just bring him in. Let's go. And hopefully the time limit is not too tight. 7 minutes. But it's not counting down. Is it not a real-time timer? Or is it not until I select the first item? And if I select an item, does that go down by some amount? I'm a little concerned that it's going to start counting down as soon as I click something. Let's see. How are you, Miss O'Donnell? Let's talk about the pet care chat room. What do you think of the Liberation Front? You have a tattoo of a bunny. We're looking for Hornbunny49. Any connection? Or do you know Michael Lemon or Fred Enos? Enos. We've decided Enos. Well, I've decided Enos. Or what's the password to the special room, Diana? Here's Mr. Lemon. How are you, Mr. Lemon? Let's talk about the pet care chat room. What do you think of the Liberation Front? Do you know the other people? And what's the password? Just same questions overall except for this last one. You're 49? Same age as my father. And of course, she's the only one that has the Hornbunny49 question. All right, so let's start. I mean, I don't want to ask how are you because we really don't care how they are, honestly, and they're going to call us out on that. So let's talk about the chat room, Miss O'Donnell. Oh, it's counting down. Oh, it only, okay, it didn't count down, like, continue countdown. It stops. Okay. Okay, that's a little better. Yeah, sure. Do you have any pets? I have some questions about the conversations there. I have some questions about some of the nicknames in the chat room. Do you have any pets, ma'am? No, I don't, actually. Oh, is it for your blog? That's very suspicious being in a pet care chat room without having any pets, don't you think? It's research for my blog. Okay, I've read your blog, yes. You are very critical of our society. An attitude that... Did we have a mention of her blog? She hosts a blog that regularly critiques modern lifestyle trends. What does modern lifestyle trends have to do with pets? You're very critical of our society, an attitude that could be Liberation Front friendly, you know. Or your blog, yes, it has very insightful stuff. I liked it. No, let's press her. Let's press her about, you know, there's some very critical things in that. They shift uncomfortably. You know that I have nothing to do with that. Well, I don't know, ma'am. What are you currently writing about? You're a journalist, and you were observing this group. Notice anything in particular? How do we know that she was observing this group? I mean, we know that she was there, but we don't know that she was there as a journalist. People should really stop reading blogs and pick up books again. So, what are you currently writing about, ma'am? They smile enthusiastically. I've been giving it a lot of thought recently about how crazy the practice of dog breeding actually is. Okay. Well, we'll ask them. Did you notice anything unusual when you were on the chat room? Down 30 seconds. I wasn't observing anyone, and it's just a chat room. Alright. So we could ask again, but that's going to count some time down. So let's talk about something else. Okay, so that doesn't change... That doesn't hurt us. What do you think of the Liberation Front? They're inconsistent in their ideology, and arguing for taking lives is never acceptable, regardless of your cause. So you have heard of them, then? How have you heard of them, ma'am? Her eyes flash with disdain. You have a tattoo of a rabbit. Any connection to Hornbunny49? No connection, no. Okay. Do you know the other people, Michael Lemon or Fred Enos? Never heard of them. Alright. Mr. Lemon. Talk about the chat room. Oh, what a wonderful topic indeed. Go ahead. It's kind of an odd statement, sir. Let's talk about the conversations. Why don't you join in it yourself, though, weirdo? What are you talking about, dude? Do you have pets of your own? Our logs show that you spend a lot of time in the chat room. Is that true? A pet is just an animal, not much to say about them anyway. What type of discussions were there usually in the chat room, or how did you get into the chat room? Do you spend a lot of time there? Well, no, let's ask first of all, do you have any pets? My aunt has a darling chihuahua named Botox, and the chat room helped to inform my work. Tease the fate of the pet stylist. What the heck are you talking about, dude? Are you on drugs right now, mister? Pet stylist, like an animal hairdresser? No. Like a stylist, an artiste. Okay, you spend a lot of time in that chat room? I do. So what? Are you a sort of leader of that community, or are you there to coordinate with the Liberation Front? Are you a leader in the community, sir? Yeah, I actually keep the chat room open on my home computer all the time. Okay. What type of discussions go on in there? Depending on the crowd at the time, things could get pretty heated, though. The debates on the best conditioner are legendary. Really? That's what they talk about? How did you get in? A colleague of mine talked me into it, you see. This was some years ago. What kind of weird chat room requires a password, dude? I mean, what kind of weird pet care chat room requires a password? Alright, I have some questions about the nicknames in the chat room. Ooh, gossip. I like where this is going, finally. What nickname do you use? Fabulous, amazing princess with $signs. Everyone thought I was a girl, though I never suggested it. Okay, and do you know a Hornbunny49? Seen them about, but don't know them. Okay, that's very non-committal, sir. What do you think about the Liberation Front? He adjusts his clothes. I admire their fiery spirit. And what do you know about Diana or Fred? Or we asked him, do you know them? And he says, maybe. Are you certain you don't know them? Okay, so we didn't press him. Okay. Go to Fred. Fred, let's talk about the pet care chat room. I'm very curious to see where this is going. Do you have any pets? Muggy, my cat. He's my entire life. Okay, weirdo. Let's push the animal love down a notch. Or it must be nice having a pet to give you comfort during those lonely moments. So you prefer your cat to human company? It must be nice having a pet, sir. I'm not lonely. You just can't rely on humans the same way, you know. Alright, so kind of leaning towards you, honestly. Though your eyes are... She's very narrow. He's the same, and he's open. So he's open to suggestion. And by suggestion, I mean working with us. I have some questions about some of the nicknames in the chat room. Well, let's go back to the cat. That did take us some time. There was no other... And no additional follow-up questions either. Yes, Muggy. Okay, so let's have some questions. Ah, the new princess in the chat with $signs for the S's. So now we know that special question. What nickname do you use? Cat Lover 5. Okay, Cat Lover 5. Do you know Hornbunny49? Never seen him around, no. Come on, Fred, you can trust me. This is important. Are you Hornbunny49? Or if you lie to me one more time, things are going to get very rough for you. Are you Hornbunny49? You know what? We don't have any reason to kind of press him on this right now. Do you know Princess with $signs? Yes, some posh gal, always on about the innate beauty of curly fur. Gave good tips, though. So you saw Princess in the chat room? Yeah, but as I said, I don't know much about her. She knows a lot about fur, though. Okay, so Michael Lemon is at least telling the truth there. Alright, let's ask about some other questions, sir. I have some other questions. Down to 4 minutes already, jeez. What kind of discussions are there? Discussions about pets? Do you really have to make everything sound so suspicious? I'm just asking whatever crosses my mind, really. We're all hiding something, and it's my job to pull out the truth. I'm just being thorough, that's all. Sure, go through your checklist then. Ask you again, did you only discuss pets? Yeah, what do you expect? How much time do you spend in the chat room? I check it once a day and spent more time there when I asked for some specific advice. Okay, and how did you get in? I was struggling to understand which cat vaccines were important. I was searching for advice. Well, that all sounds legit, sir. What do you think about the Liberation Front? Do you know who they are? I see their points. The world really isn't what it should be. The world could probably do with big change. Fair enough, let's talk about it some more. The last Liberation Front sympathizers we had in here left with broken legs, you know. Well, I mean, he's kind of open and receptive, so yeah, the world could probably do with some big change. Oh, now he's real open. I know, brother. Do you think the Liberation Front is willing to take violent action? I don't know, but sometimes you gotta take desperate measures, you know. Oh, he's into something. He's into something. You're 49, same age as my father. If you say so. So you're the terrorist known as Hornbunny49 then, with your age in the name. Grew up back in the day, huh? So you used to be an Oak Scout? Yeah, let's keep opening him up, maybe. Oh yeah, there you go. Yes, I was, actually. Well, let's not call him a terrorist just yet. Do you know Diana O'Donnell? I don't know either one of them. Okay, let's flip back to these other guys. Do they have any... Let's talk about... Well, let's ask him. We have a little bit of time. How are you, Mr. Enos? Quite discontent with being dragged here? Excuse my colleagues if they rushed you here, but time is of the essence. We're sorry to bother your fat ass. It's not as if we're trying to save lives. No, I'm sorry, sir. I apologize. Oh, they couldn't tell. It looked like that restricted a little bit there. Let's talk about the pet care chat room. I have some questions about the nicknames. So you claim you don't know who... Let's ask him again. What nickname did you say you used? Cat Lover 5. They look fixedly into your eyes. Like he's trying to convince me of something he's not being truthful about. You claim you don't know who Hornbunny49 is? No, I don't. Why do you keep pestering me about that? Come on, Fred. You can trust me. This is very important. Are you Hornbunny49? Okay, fine. It's me. I'm Hornbunny49. Yes. Yes. What about it? Why weren't you upfront about your ID? We know you have special access to this, access to the special room. Why weren't you upfront with us, Fred? I'm sorry. I just didn't know if I could trust you. I apologize. Excuse me. Something caught in my throat there. We know you have access to the special room, Hornbunny. Yeah, I do. So what? It's just a private chat room. There are millions like it out there. Alright, so you admit you were part of this special chat room. Yes I do. So what? Alright, so... Let's talk more about this special room. Who else has access to this chat room? I'm running down on time. Friends of mine, like-minded people, animal lovers. No one you would know, though. Was Daryl Peterson, so we can ask, is Diana O'Donnell, is Princess, is Daryl O'Donnell, or Daryl Peterson? I'm running a little low on time, so I don't want to ask him about these other two people. Was Daryl Peterson part of that? Listen, we don't use real names. He might have been, for all I know. Okay, so you won't know who Diana O'Donnell is, but you might know his Princess with $2 Princess? Not that I know of. Okay, well, let's back out. Is a special room a meeting place for the Liberation Front? Why the need for such privacy? I don't think anyone in the room was actually special. So why do you need such privacy, sir? Sometimes you just need a safe space to vent your ideas. Like a safe space for the Liberation Front? Well, yes. Front people meet there. Doesn't mean it's something illegal, though. Doesn't it? Alright. So, you admit that you have access to the special room. You admit that it's a Liberation Front meeting place. What's the password, dude? Give us the password. They look down, confessing with a sigh. I think what the Liberation Front is doing is right. I won't betray them. Fred, the front will hurt innocent people, their pets too. You're a good guy and I need your help. You better tell me, Fred, or I swear I will do my best to make sure you and everything you love suffer for the rest of my days. No, I mean, he's really trusting us, I think. No, Fred, come on. You're a good guy. I know it. You're just caught up in this. I get it. You want to change the world. We all want to change the world, but they're going about things a little too radically. All right, you're right. I'll give you the password. Thank you, Fred. You're good people, Fred. Minute 55 to spare. Achievement unlocked, the Hornbunny identity. Welcome, Hornbunny49. Interrogation successful, we're in. Now we can try to delicately draw out some information on the Liberation Front plans. We can review the transcript or just continue. Press release. In response to the emergence of the Liberation, or the terrorist organization that identifies itself as Liberation Front, in response to the recent upsurge in terrorist activity, do we want to... I don't think we want to name the group. That might tip our hand a little too much. In response to the recent upsurge in terrorist activity, the STPD assembled the Peace and Stability, or Retribution and Justice Special Unit, the Truth and Order Special Unit. So we have to name ourselves. Are we about peace and stability, retribution and justice, or truth and order? Let's be we've identified ourselves as a pacifist. Let's go peace and stability. An intelligence gathering operation of the respective unit has led to the interview and eventual arrest of Fred Enos, a confessed sympathizer, suspected collaborator, let's go with suspected collaborator. We don't want to out him and say that he confessed, because that might lead bad things. Like if the terrorist group gets wind, oh, he ratted us out, then that's not good for him. So suspected collaborator. 2 other suspects have been interviewed as part of the same investigation, but they have been released, having proven their innocence due to lack of evidence against them. I don't think they've proven their innocence. They don't have to prove their innocence. We couldn't prove their guilt. Along with his confession, Fred Enos' interview also yielded... I mean, can we not use the word confession? Because we've already decided he's not... We've already decided to leave out that confessed. So, along with his confession, even though I wouldn't word it that way, Fred Enos' interview also yielded relevant information regarding the terrorist organization, or the password to a secure chat room used by the terrorist organization. No, we're not going to give away all of our information. He yielded relevant information. The officers in charge of the investigation are hopeful that this information will be useful in preventing future terrorist attacks. There we go. Send it out on the wire, boys. Great job in there, boss. Now that we're logged in, even for a second, we can analyze what they've been talking about. At first glance, they seem to be using code words. I set up a smart algorithm that can detect multiple meanings from the contextual usage of words. Okay, well, thank you. That sounds useful, even though I don't understand it. Or we could simply try to figure it out directly. I don't trust algorithms. Jennifer, look at their conversation and try to figure out what they've been talking about. Codes may be deceiving the naked eye. Let the algorithms do the work. Tell me what pops up. Or do both. Yeah, why not do both, dude? This will mean that both of us will be busy working on this. We may have a hard time responding to other issues that pop up. Do both anyway. We'll see what bites. Fine, forget about the algorithms then. Intuition will be our own weapon. Okay, let the computer do the work. No. It's probably a bad idea, but let's do both. As part of leading your team, you'll have to manage budget and assign missions. For budgeting, you'll get around $2,000 with each budgeting round. You can influence your available funds in many ways, and any sums unspent are saved for the next budget round. Okay, that's good. We don't have to spend everything. You can assign available agents to missions on top of their core investigation work for the team. How well they'll do is determined by how motivated they are and how much the task fits their background and expertise. I've ordered you an outsourced HR report. It's on me. It should tell you how well the agents might do on missions. If you don't buy yourself expanded HR reports in the future, you won't know what their likelihood of success will be. Maintaining all facets of the image of your team is key. You need approval or else you'll lose them. Buying expanded PR reports can help you understand what's causing shifts in your image. All set? All set. That sounds like a lot. How do I know what the consequences of each action will be before I make them? I don't think you can know that, so all set. Good luck. Alright, so this is a brand new thing. We're not in the investigation interrogation room. We got Jennifer, Mordecai, and Tab. So remind me what you're good at again? Jennifer? Like I need to know. Okay, so you're good at focusing on chat room analysis, working with the DA. You're good at volunteering in other departments. And you're really good at going home early. Mordecai, you're really good at going home early as well. You're our leg man. You want to track down murder weapons. You want to volunteer. You want to do things by the book. Okay. And Tab, you want to formulate budget requests, focus on chat rooms, do things by the book, make sure everything's done by the book, write up detailed reports, do the paperwork, get all the permits and confirmations, work with the DA. So you're real bad at working with the DA or pursuing the informer. You're kind of better at working with the DA, so I forget what your actual... Mordecai is the leg man. Tab, it sounds like you're the computer person, and Jennifer, I'm not sure. I don't remember what your deal was. So we can order an HR report, but he's giving us one for free. But let's read up a little bit about it. Comprehensive evaluation of the agents, giving us an exact assessment of their morale level, their compatibility with the missions available, as well as expanding their personnel file. Like, I wish I could click on you and find out more information. Like, order extended PR report. Order a detailed evaluation from the Bursteller Marson Company on how key stakeholders currently view the task force. You can get public relations assistance. You can advertise the task force efforts in a positive light. Civil forfeiture overtime. Assign overtime to the agents in order to help other departments pursue cases that are likely to involve major civil forfeiture opportunities, so you get more money. R&R team building, take the other agents out on an evening of team building. I don't know if we need that. We could do CO overtime, assign overtime to the agents in order to participate in community outreach. This allows the teens that we're working with to gain a better understanding of police work and perhaps even gain an interest in law enforcement. Don't really understand what that's good for. Informer stimulants, give the agent going on the pursue informer mission extra budget. Organize a training session for the agents. Or send them to therapy. Well, first of all, what are we great at? We're great at focusing on chat room analysis. We're doing things by the book. Well, let's just see. So if you go, you can work with the DA or you can do the chat room analysis. If I send you on the chat room analysis, then Tab, somehow you're not great at chat room analysis, even though you are. Maybe your algorithms just aren't up to snuff. You could do things by the book, so you could start doing paperwork. And then Mordecai, you could go track the murder weapon, go into the field and try to track down the origin of Peterson's weapon. I think that's what we might do. Jennifer, go focus on the chat room. Use all remaining available time on keeping the agent's eyes on the chat room discussions. Gain and share an understanding of the people there and their objectives. Do that, Jennifer. Tab, I want you to do all the reports. And Mordecai, go find that murder weapon. We all good? great. You've not allocated the budget offered to your apartment. Okay. So I didn't spend the money. Well, let's do a personal or a private a PR. Let's do a public relations report, and maybe we can spend some time working in the community. How about that? Spend $1,000 for our $2,000. We've got reporters in. I'm going to ask you to try and answer a few of his questions. This is Eddy Walker from the Heraldic. Greetings, officer. Hello, Mr. Walker. Are you ready to get started? I'll leave it to you. I'll leave you to it. There you go. Let's make this snappy. Let me get my files first in case I need to give you details. Let me clear the room first. Make sure we have some privacy. Yeah, let's clear the room. So, first things first. How does it feel to be assigned lead to such an important task force? I prefer to stick to discussing technical questions, please. I'm not looking to talk about my feelings. It's an immense responsibility. We'll put an effort every day and every night to stop these bastards. It's the police's responsibility to make the city safe again. We've got the best people. We'll deliver. I mean, do we want to be calling people bastards in the press? I mean, I like this question. I like this answer, that it's immense responsibility and we'll keep doing things. But I don't know if we need to come right out and be like, we'll stop these bastards. Even though they may be bastards, I just don't know if that's proper, etiquette. No, we'll say this is our responsibility and we've got the best people. What sort of boss are you to your team? I delegate a lot. I have a great team and they can be trusted to make good decisions. I follow the well thought out procedures and protocols the police department prescribes for team management, or I give detailed instructions and inspire a sense of discipline. I make sure they're followed to the letter. No, I mean, I have a great team. I just sent them off to do their own things. They can do their own stuff. Are you and your team prepared enough to take on this duty? Yes, experts like Tab Thompson are some of the best available. Yes, experienced officers like Jennifer Reyes are some of the best available. We'll all try our very best. We just hope it'll be enough. Do we want to call out any specific people? Or do we want to say, we just hope? Because I don't think you would ever say that. Like, we hope we'll do enough. I think that doesn't inspire confidence. And I don't want to call out our behind-the-scenes kind of computer experts. I want to kind of keep them in our back pocket. Keep them protected. So I think we have experienced officers like Jennifer Reyes. You're facing a threat that seems to have significant resources. Can you keep up with them, logistically speaking? So do we have the money? The police department is committed to seeing safety restored. Yes, we believe we can. These people, they don't need to follow the rules while we do. Hopefully the red tape won't cost lives, or such organizations try to create the appearance of wielding more power than they really have. We'll get them. There you go. What comes first in your investigation? Disarming the pawns or getting to the leaders? The first step is surely disarming the pawns to keep people safe. Your only real way to really bring them down will be to get to the leaders. I'm afraid I can't share such strategic procedural details, sir. He didn't like that. You see his face? This Liberation Front, what do they want? I want to give them as little airtime as possible. It's what they want, so no comment on the Liberation Front. They seem to have a disjointed political ideology that preys on dissatisfaction. We're still trying to understand it. Or that's just a bunch of psychos that need to be stopped. The rest is fluff. Yeah, there we go. They're just psychos. He didn't like that answer. Have they made any demands? We don't negotiate with terrorists. Even if they wanted, we wouldn't contemplate entertaining any demands. Just vague, incoherent propaganda about a new future. Terrorist leaders have to set unachievable objectives to keep power. Nah, they're anarchist crazies. There's no calming them down. No, we don't negotiate with terrorists. Don't give me that angry look, dude. How can people at home keep the task or help the task force? The task force is taking care of this. People should support the boys in blue. Be vigilant and safe. Be alert and report suspicious behavior immediately. Or this liberation front wants people scared, refuse to be afraid. Go on with your life uninterrupted. Man, I have to just tripping over my tongue all the time now. No. See something, say something. What time frame are we looking at? When will we be rid of this threat? Oh, I can't tell you that. The point to our action is first to make people safe. We'll do that for as long as it takes. We'll crush these maggots before the end of the year. We're still in the initial phase of our operation. We can't share any timeline details. Look, it'll take as long as it takes, but hopefully sooner rather than later. Thank you for your interview. Well, thank you, sir. Oh, success fail. Oh, we failed by the book. Why did you fail, Tab? You had a great opportunity. Let's see. Success. We understand how they work better. So Jennifer succeeded. Blackmailing / pressuring non-members is one of their methods. So we might want to inquire about that in the interrogations. We failed to do something by the book. Apparently things were filed with the wrong numbers. Therefore, most of the work was useless. We have to refile. And Mordecai, you have succeeded. The gun was taken off a street dealer, not from a gun fair. While they had no relevant info, the confiscation of several illegal weapons he had on him means a bump in next month's department budget. Popularity went up. We are more Superman than pigs. This is how much the residents of the city trust our department. The press approval went down slightly. How friendly the journalists are. So I don't know why didn't you like me, dude? Thought we were doing a good job there. It's because I didn't give you enough hard-hitting info. Authorities' approval went up. How favorably the institutions in the city judge your results and actions. So we played things by the book, and the authorities like us, the people like us, but the press probably wanted something a little juicier. So we have Munch. So we know that Daryl Peterson is connected to Fred. Fred Enos. Fred Enos connected to the chat room. How do they communicate? Internet chat rooms are the only communication method identified right now, but more might be in use. Who is the Liberation Front? What's their ideology? You can zoom on in. And we'll probably continue to the next... Oh, there's other things we can click on too, huh? Case files. Oh, so these are our people. Jen, Morty, and Tab. So Jen's a special agent. Morty's a special agent. Oh, they're all special agents. You're the psychologist. You're a juvenile justice person. And you are a forensic scientist. Okay, I gotcha. This is the operation manual. I guess that's probably what we just learned in the tutorial. And there's our stat. And we'll move on, and then we'll probably end the episode. Hey, boss. Wanted to clear the water about some stuff that I don't know whether you're even aware of or not. Chief Lucas was looking at the two of us to see who should head up this task force. I guess you acing that Peterson grill made it a done deal. I can't say I blame the chief for that call. Bullshit rumors fly really easily, so I wanted to reassure you that I'm fully on board right behind you. After all, the best leaders are also the best followers. If I had any idea, I would have told the chief to give it to you. The responsibility feels like a lot. Thank you for your reassurance. Step up your game and you'll lead your own unit in no time. Or glad to hear it, Jen. Let's do good work, whoever's managing this. 10-4, boss. 10-4. My door's always open, or don't let the door hit you on the way out. My door is always open, Jen. Good to know. I'll be at my desk. I've been at it for a while now, and I've managed to figure out what most keywords mean. The algorithm managed to confirm some of these deductions. There are some conflicts, though, either because of cognitive biases or algorithm errors. It's hard to figure out specifics, but we have some broad findings. The folks in the chat room are just a wing of the whole operation, and I think I've stumbled on something big. The South Bank Mall. Sometime today, the planting of a package in front of the Duathlon store. Please don't make me say that very many more times. Apparently they'll have something there. I'm not sure what they're supposed to do, though. We should have the place canvassed ASAP, yeah. If it's a bomb, we need to know. Let's move. We have 3 suspects in custody. One of them can potentially be our perp. The only 3 we noticed to linger near the Duathlon store. That is, before the 3 of them got tangled up in an incident and we had to intervene. This is detailed in the file they have drafted up. One of them is the one working on the Liberation Front's orders. It has to be. Check the chat room again. I now think we're dealing with a planted bomb. Sweet baby Jesus, we're on the clock, boss. Lives are at stake. We need the explosive device's location. Okay. So let's go ahead and end. We'll end it here. Quit the menu. And I'll have to probably remember all of the options I chose if it prompts me to do that when I start the next episode. But thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you again next time.